being married to the military means you're the only civilian who knows exactly what hurry up and wait feels like in your soul. Let's see if you can handle these. Why do military spouses make the best Tetris players in the world? Because they've spent 20 years fitting an entire 4-bedroom house into a 2-bedroom base housing unit. What is a military spouse's favorite type of curtain for the first week in a new house? A taped-up moving blanket, also known as postmodern PCS chic. How many military spouses does it take to change a light bulb? None. By the time the bulb burns out, they've already received orders to move again. Why don't military spouses ever buy expensive, fragile china? Because they know the movers treat fragile stickers like a personal challenge to see how far they can throw the box. What do you call a military spouse who can find the local grocery store, the pharmacy, and the dry cleaners without a GPS on day one? A seasoned professional on her 10th PCS. I once saw a spouse try to use her husband's rank to get a better parking spot. It didn't work, but the bravery was 5-star. Why did the lieutenant's wife carry a compass with her to the commissary? Because even with the map, she still managed to get lost in the cereal aisle for 40 minutes. What is the difference between a military spouse and a GPS system? The GPS eventually stops recalculating, but a spouse never stops planning for the next deployment. Why was the spouse standing at stiff attention in the middle of the department store? The intercom said, "Attention shoppers," and old habits die hard. How do you know a spouse has lived on base for way too long? They start asking to see their kids' IDs before letting them into the kitchen for a snack. Why did the spouse bring a lawn chair and a snack to the ID card office? Because she knew she'd be there longer than her husband's entire enlistment contract. Nothing says "I love you" like a 2 a.m. FaceTime call from a desert with a 10-second lag. Why do military spouses have the fastest internet speeds in the country? Because catching that 1-minute video call from overseas is a high-stakes Olympic sport. What is a military spouse's favorite holiday of the year? Homecoming Day, the only day where it's socially acceptable to tackle a soldier in public. Why did the spouse put a calendar on the bedroom ceiling? So the very first thing she sees in the morning is exactly how many days are left until the deployment ends. What do you call a military spouse who manages the house, the kids, the dog, and a broken water heater during a deployment?
Commander-in-Chief of the Home Front.
Why don't military spouses need alarm clocks anymore?
Because after 5 years on base, their internal clock is permanently set to the 5 a.m. bugle call.
We've reached the end of the tour. These last 5 are for the real veterans of the living room.
Why did the spouse wear full camouflage to the PTA meeting?
She wanted to see if she could blend into the background and avoid being picked as the new treasurer.
What do military spouses call a fancy dinner and a show? Eating a leftover MRE while watching a mandatory safety briefing video. Why is it impossible to play hide and seek with a military spouse?
Because they can track a care package through 4 countries, you think they can't find you behind the couch?
What is a military spouse's favorite perfume?
Ode to JP-8, the scent of a flight line and a successful homecoming.
Why are military spouses exactly like slow cookers? Because they can handle the heat, stay under pressure for hours, and they know that the best things always take a long time to get ready. Why did the military spouse cross the road? To see if the housing on the other side had better Wi-Fi. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you've ever survived a PCS move without crying.